Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of PE Toys and Collectibles. My voice is slightly starting to return now, which is nice. Quick review this time around. It's not something that's actually readily available to me, and that is the Galaxy's Edge Savi's Workshop Build Your Own Lightsaber. This is the one that I bought off eBay. I actually ended up buying two, I think. I've sold one on, but I wanted two because I wanted the two matching parts. So, first things first, is this worth the money? I would say no, if I'm entirely honest. If the choice is between one of these sabers, where you don't get to go, I'm saying this from the point of view where I haven't been and I haven't experienced the build, which I understand is wonderful, magical, yada yada yada, great. I'm unlikely to get over to the States for at least a couple of years. I've got two young kids, planning on taking them. I'm sure that will be magical, and my little boy loves Star Wars, so I'm undoubtedly going to take him and probably get two at that point. But is it worth getting one without having done the experience? I would say probably not, unless you're absolutely desperate. The customizability of these I've found relatively lacking. Couple of irritating things, and I know that there's a new lineup of plates and stuff that have just come out, which might address this, and that's things like they just don't quite line up. So if you see this is roughly the best I've managed to get this. I could screw this tighter, but I'm a little bit concerned about the plastic chassis underneath breaking, which is always wonderful. And then these bits in the middle almost line up with this, but just not quite. So yeah, it looks okay. Kind of gives the Jedi Temple Guard vibe, but out of all of the lightsabers, and I've got this sort of rack down here of various Galaxy's Edge sabers. Of all of them, this is the one actually that I like the least. It's heavier than most. Not the Qui-Gon. The Qui-Gon is probably not far off, maybe a little, actually a little heavier. But personally, I find this fairly unwieldy. It's hard to kind of get a good flick. Again, I've said this before in another video, I'm not very good at spinning and flicking, but the bit I can do, I find it quite difficult with this. It is chunkier. Weirdly, it's slimmer in the middle, and if they'd kept that in the middle around the rest of it, without making these larger parts, probably would have made things better. But yeah, so I'll give you a good kind of spin round of this. So it does look nice, don't get me wrong, it definitely does, it looks like a nice shiny lightsaber, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I've tried, I think one of the other things that I've discussed this, apologies for my wobbly camera, I've discussed this before. I like the cases. The cases make it very easy for me to work them into my display. This doesn't come with a case. Didn't really work with my display. Didn't really stand out how I wanted it to. So yeah, unfortunately, not my bag. The kind of the bit that I was probably most excited about with this was the Kyber crystal display. Reveal. That's the word I'm looking for. It's late on a Sunday night. I do apologise. Yeah, so, but to get that, you have to unscrew. I think I was kind of naively, I didn't do enough research beforehand. I thought you'd just be able to pop one of these bits off and it would be fine, and you'd see it. But you actually have to unscrew a bit, undo it, and then it's loose. The whole thing's loose because obviously all of these screw together. So even as a kyber crystal display piece, for me, it was not quite hit the mark. So anyway, quick couple of bits. And then what I'm going to do is flick through each. I think I've got all but the black crystal. I'm not that bothered about the black crystal. Not a big fan of the sequel trilogy, to be honest. So probably not going to see me going out of my way to get those sabers either. But not fussed about the black. I know it's a limited run. Just not fussed about it at all. So anyway, what I'll probably do is go through each type of ignition for you so you can see what it sounds like, have a quick look at the blade, and that'll be it, because there's nothing else to really say about this other than, yeah, not really my bag. It's a bit too heavy. Can't really figure out a good way to display it. Don't really think it's worth the... it's not, well, it's definitely not worth the second-hand market price that you pay, like on places like eBay, for something like this. You could get much nicer or much better legacy sabers, like any of these, for a fraction of the cost of one of these. The ability to choose and swap out your Kyber is a bit more cumbersome than you would necessarily expect it to be. I know that sounds really petty, but yeah, it's just all those little things that I thought would be big selling points for this. Yeah, just not. Just don't do it. Anyway, so I'll flick through each of the different Kybers, and then I'm probably going to send this on its merry way and see if I can't get myself something else. So, without further ado, here we go. Yellow first. Kind of a green hue on that one. I do like the green. The Mace Windu one, the purple, is cool. There you have the crystal reveal. Currently in there is a yellow crystal. There we are, that's better. So there we are, crystal reveal. So there it is. White, purple, red. And then just for clarity's sake, this is... So this is a custom that I got from Howe's Kybers. So I like this because it looks like it's kind of a corrupted blue with a hint of the black in there. So show you what custom comes up with in the blade. Doesn't seem to light up. Oh, and it doesn't ignite. Interesting. Didn't know that that's what would happen. Never tried it, and I've not tried to put a custom in. So don't know if I'm doing something wrong there. Feel free to tell me in the comments. But neither one of those crystals seems to want to work. So for me, bit of another negative. I would have expected something, you know, even if it was a white blade, would have taken that. But anyway, there we go. There we go. And there we have it. The Savi's Workshop Build Your Own Lightsaber. From the point of view of someone who's not been through the experience, as a collector, you know, albeit a new collector of these Galaxy's Edge sabers, not my bag. Not my bag. So there we go. That's the end of it for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and found it useful. And if you have, if you could give me a like and subscribe, be a massive help. I'm going to keep doing some of these videos. I find them quite fun, and I'm going to try and get better at each point. Got a new camera stand, you might have noticed, you might not have noticed. So the view's slightly better, but it is a little bit wobbly. So I'll have to watch how much moving around I'm doing and perhaps plan better. So yeah, thanks for joining me anyway on today's ramble. See you on the next time. Little aside, what I do find very, very odd in current Star Wars is no one seems to die from a gut wound from a lightsaber. Blaster shot, bang bang, gone. One of these, straight through the stomach. Walk it off. It's all power of the mind. Anyway, catch you next time. Bye.